morning, class, and welcome to your weekly history lesson. Good morning, sir. We're going to be continuing our project on World War One. I'm going to put a DVD on for you now. Jeff, I teach you stuff you didn't know, 'cause I'm Jeff. I teach you stuff you didn't know, 'cause I'm Jeff. 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 Archduke Franz Ferdinand was on his way from a town hall reception, where earlier that day he had already survived an assassination attempt which had injured several members of his imperial entourage. He was on his way to visit the hospital where his imperial men were being looked after. Because of the immense number of people out in the streets to greet him, the Archduke's driver was forced to take a longer route. As the car drove through the bustling streets of the city, the crowds got thicker and thicker until eventually the driver was forced to stop, coincidentally perfectly adjacent to where Gavrilo Princip, the man who would kill the heir later that day, was stationed. Princip drew his pistol and looked the other way as to not see where he was aiming. 2 shots were fired. One hit Ferdinand and one his wife. The Duke and Duchess slumped in the seat of his car, dead. The Austro-Hungarians issue an ultimatum to Serbia proposing that the assassins are brought to justice. The Austro-Hungarians expected them to reject the offer, so asked Germany to aid them in case Serbia thought it an act of hostility, and got their ally Russia to declare war on Austria-Hungary. Russia mobilises its army ready to take Austria-Hungary. Germany think Russia's movements are an act of aggression on Austria-Hungary. France, bound by a treaty with Russia, are forced to declare war on Germany. Britain, allied to France, declare war on Germany. Italy remained neutral for a while, and then joined the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians to form the Triple Alliance. Jeff, I teach you stuff you didn't know.
And now, children, we have a very special guest for you. He's going to teach you all about the weapons of World War One.
Right. I'm a soldier reenactor. I'm gonna teach you about the weapons. The Lee Enfield rifle was the most common piece of weaponry used by the British in the trenches. This was because they were light, could fire 15 rounds every 60 seconds, and most of all, because they could kill a German that was stationed 1,400 metres away. The rifle was usually seen holding a bayonet on the barrel. Bayonet is a large blade used to pierce the enemy if they come too close. This light machine gun is the Lewis gun. It was used by the British and the Americans as a way of rapidly shooting dozens of bullets across the battlefield, killing people instantly. It needed 4 to 6 people to operate, and a flat surface. This is the Webley MK6 revolver. It is a service revolver used by the British Armed Forces. Alright, now I'm going to show you what just a regular day would be like in the life of a soldier. Every morning we wake up, pull on our gear, polish our rifles, fix on the bayonets, then get onto guard duty. Early morning raids were common on both sides. The darkness gave us cover. Then we begin a volley of fire. Some say it's to test the weapons, or to break the tension. Others say it's to ward off any raiders that might come in the morning. Then we polish our rifles and bayonets, ready for the inspection that will be held after breakfast. Then, breakfast. It was nothing special, just a loaf of bread and some porridge. After that, our commanding officer would come and check that our rifles were polished, our bayonets sharp, and our minds even sharper. Then we have some free time. Some of us catch up on sleep, others write letters to their sleep-parts. But some of us get the job of sniping. Taking out a German's got to be satisfying. Dusk. It's back to doing more stand-to guard duty. Raids in the half-light can often be successful. In the dead of night, we put on the fire step. Fire step's just a guard post, really. We put on in pairs, and for only 2 hours at a time, to make sure that we don't fall asleep. If one of us falls asleep, it's punishable by firing squad. When no man's land is dark, we send out patrols into there, try and get into the enemy base. But quite often, these patrols ended up getting machine gunned to death. The last German offensive took place on the 15th of July and was the Battle of Marne. The ceasefire began at 11 o'clock on the 11th of November 1918. By the end of the war, 12,809,280 Allied Forces troops lied dead, and 8,400,000 419,533 Triple Alliance troops lie dead in the mud. While this concludes the war, it also concludes our lesson. Goodbye, children.